Good morning. We are live for the Closers Cafe, Monday morning, December 15th. Picking up our oldest at the airport later today. Have him home for the holiday. The rest of our crew, much to their excitement, have a 2-hour delay today. So this is going to be short and sweet. I'm going to answer a question, or I guess better put, a set of questions that came in this weekend from one of our new Founders Club members. His name is Kevin Lane. And so this is a topic that is a wonderful topic for the time of year and is helpful as you build out your calendar for 2026. The title of the session is, in quotes, I have 6,000 unconverted leads. What should I do? And that was essentially what Kevin had emailed me over this weekend. So I thought, why not take some time to answer this great question? And you may only have 60, or you may have 600, or whatever. Almost anyone watching this has some number of unconverted leads that you can apply these strategies and the promotional campaigns to generate more conversations. The more conversations you have, the more contracts you have the opportunity to be writing. And obviously, the more contracts you're writing, the more opportunities for closings will arise as well. I'm going to share a document, a Google Doc, that outlined my answer. And if you would like access to that doc, as well as an entire Google Drive folder with other recommended resources, you can DM or text me, or most of you have my email as well, either and any of the above, to get access to that document. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and get right into it. So once again, the topic today, I have 6,000 unconverted buyer leads. What should I do? This is an email from Kevin Lane, a new LeadDeck.ai Founders Club member. He sent this to me this weekend, and rather than just answer it for Kevin, I thought I would answer it for the benefit of all of us. The questions are as follows. I have a database of about 6,000 older buyer leads that I'd like to re-engage or revive and see if there's any business opportunity still there. I'm also planning to host first-time homebuyer webinars as part of that outreach. He also asked, is there a way to use AI to help follow up with these leads and manage ongoing communication with my database? I'd love to get your thoughts on the best approach. And so I've outlined 3 different campaigns, or another way to look at it is 3 different promotional schedules or cycles that I think all, anyone in our business, any real estate agent who has some database of contacts, which you all have or should have some database of contacts. That is the number one asset you have in this business, is your database. So those campaigns, actually, here's what I'm going to do. Before I get into the campaigns, I want to address a couple of things here in this. Number one, is there a way to use AI to help with the follow up with these leads and manage ongoing communication? I personally don't believe at this point in time that AI should be doing the communication with your database. I've tried different AI tools to respond once you get people responding to you, etc. And in my experience, That is the work that we're getting paid for. Conversations are the number one KPI in our business. The more conversations we have, the more opportunities to write contracts, and therefore the more closings we will have. Where I do believe AI is providing a ton of value is to help you clarify or get other ideas for what to be sending to your database to initiate the conversation, or to help in building out the email copy, the text copy, etc. It's a thought partner, it's a marketing partner, but in my opinion, it shouldn't be directly having the conversations, because those conversations are where your compensation comes from. So that's number one. He said, I'm also planning to host first-time homebuyer webinars as part of that outreach. And I would recommend to him and to you some sort of conversion event like that. And it could be first-time homebuyer webinars. It could be webinars about special financing. It could be webinars about geared towards real estate investors, whatever the case may be. That is a great conversion. It's a great conversion tool. It's a great, one-to-many way to position yourself as an authority, as someone with knowledge, as the knowledge broker in your market. So now the actual answer here. 3 different campaigns. Number one, I call it like a resurrection or revival campaign. This is very direct. It is geared towards or designed to get as much response or replies, get as many engagements, responses as possible, because that opens the opportunity to conversation. So that's number one. And I'll give examples of these in a minute. That's number one. And every 90 days, this is great. And in fact, for Kevin, and if you're in the similar boat, I would spend the rest of the year just focusing on that. Sending over the next couple of weeks a variety of different text and email scripts or templates designed to uncover the opportunity, to create a conversation, to see who's going to be ready, willing, and able to make an offer in the first quarter of 2026 or in the second quarter of 2026, etc. Then I would focus on a weekly cadence, the deal of the week, the deal of the week. And if you want to tackle both of those at the same time, great. But if you can only do one, if you only have the bandwidth to start with one, I would really, really focus on that resurrection campaign, especially given the time of year. But eventually you want to get to that weekly cadence where you are sending a deal of the week email every single week, same day, same time, like clockwork. Lastly, a monthly or quarterly conversion campaign, a first-time homebuyer webinar. It could be, I don't know, maybe you run real estate investor meetups in your area, or you're going to have, you're going to do partner with a lender in your area and do a special financing webinar or down payment assistance education webinar, something along those lines. That is a one-to-many way for you to establish and demonstrate your authority, your knowledge, your market expertise, etc. And weaving these all together is how you can maximize your asset, your database. What is this? This is what to do. What does this look like in practicality? Well, number one, I've shared this a number of times. My deal of the week, real estate lead generation and conversion system. This is end to end. And this is in this Google Drive folder that I will be more than happy to share with anyone. You can comment, you can DM, you can text me. My number's on the screen. You can email me. I will send you this Google Drive folder. So first and foremost, complete deal of the week system. This is how to find the properties. This is what to say in the emails. This is how to maximize your response rate. The more responses you have, the more conversation opportunities you have. It's all there for you. What about number 1 on the list here, the resurrection campaigns? Let me give you 2 resources here. This is a document from a boot camp I ran more than 2 years ago. The Dead Lead Resurrection Boot Camp, or what did we call this? Yeah, just a Dead Lead Boot Camp. And so this will help you identify and organize your database, build it out, etc. And what I wanted to highlight here is one of the easiest, most simplest 9-word email or text messages you can use to revive or resurrect these leads. Comes right from Dean Jackson, one of the smartest direct response marketers out there, especially specifically for us as real estate agents. And that is very simply, are you still interested in buying a home here in Central PA? The more congruent you can make it to whatever led them to be in your database in the first place, the better. For example, are you still interested in buying a new construction home in CV schools? That is a great one, an easy one. All of you can take that and use that this week. You can email it, you can text it, you can DM it. Any number of ways you can use that. The second script as part of this resurrection campaigning is the reverse psychology script. And I've got a seller version, meaning a version you can use if you have identified that the contact in your database owns a home currently. But Kevin had asked about buyer leads. So let's go down here. These scripts work like crazy. Hey, Kevin, I know you're probably not ready to buy your dream home right now, but when you do, is there a home you'd need to sell first? That's one variation. Email, text message, even a video script. You can see also example conversations in action. These messages work like crazy. They will help you create more conversation opportunities so you can write more contracts and close more deals. There are a number of other variations to this script. Let me give you one. Morning, Kevin. We know you may not be ready to buy right now, but when we find your dream home, notice the embedded command there, but when we find your dream home, do you have a home you need to sell first? That's a variation of the same message. Let me reframe it completely, meaning the question part of it. Morning, Kevin. We know you may not be ready to buy right now, but when we find your dream home, will you be trading up or will you be downsizing or right sizing? So we're trying to create an easy path to initiate the conversation. These resurrection campaigns we should be asking questions that are easy to answer. A, B, yes or no, to get them moving down the hill, right? To get them to create a slippery slope that once they start or initially respond, they'll respond to more and more detailed questions. So we start with simple A, B, binary type questions. And then as the conversation evolves or proceeds, then we can ask more open-ended questions. The problem is when we open or start with open-ended questions, it creates like it feels like a lot of work to the person on the other end. But if we create some little micro commitments, if we make it easy to get going, it's like a warm up at the beginning of your workout. Once you get warmed up, now you're ready to go. But the warm up sometimes, just to get to the point where you do the warm up, that's the hard part. So we're just trying to warm them up a little bit. Notice also in the deal of the week, we include in the PS or at least I recommend to include in the PS, another simple yes or no question. So for example, right now there are 37 recently price reduced new construction homes in Cumberland County, available in Cumberland County. Would you like me to send you the complete list? It's yes or no. It's yes or no. It's an easy answer. I either want it or I don't. Now, lastly, and this requires a much more in-depth response and is a topic all on its own, the conversion campaigns. That said, I do have a resource in here which can at least help you start to wrap your head around the marketing that goes with this. It's the Virtual Buyer Workshop Promotion and Marketing. And quite honestly, the details and information in here are applicable to any type of event. You could even use a lot of the marketing principles and ideas in this to promote an open house or, a holiday party for your clients. There's any number of applications or ways that you can utilize this. One thing I would say is that if you have this monthly or quarterly cadence of doing, for example, a first-time homebuyer webinar or workshop, and by the way, I would call it a workshop, not a webinar. The general consumer either doesn't know what a webinar is, or if they do, they tend to associate it with like work-related stuff. And there may even be a better word than workshop, but I wouldn't use the word webinar in the marketing of it. When you know that, and I would loosely plan this out for your 2026, maybe you're going to do one a quarter, or maybe you're going to do one of these every 60 days, let's say. I would start to include that messaging in your deal of the week communications. So I gave you a PS here. But if I knew that, let's say I send my deal of the week this Wednesday, and I know that I'm hosting a first-time homebuyer webinar, or for me, it would more likely be a webinar or a workshop geared towards real estate investors, because that's who I've been proactively building my pipeline around most recently, and I intend to continue to moving forward. The PS might say, we're hosting a free workshop for people who are interested in investing in real estate here in Central PA in 2026. Would you like me to send you an invite, or would you like a free ticket to the event? Something along those lines. But I would start to seed that in these regular communication cycles. It also then would become, as you get closer, you would do more direct marketing through text and email to build that base of people who are registered for the workshop. So I thought this was a great question. This is a great time of year to identify and organize your database, get that dialed in for the coming year. If there are any other resources, or if you have any follow-up questions, maybe something that you would like more clarity around or info about, I would be more than happy to answer those questions, or better yet, share my thoughts on these live streams. I think these are much more valuable when I'm addressing real questions and concerns from others in the market right now. One quick housekeeping item for those who are interested. Tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern, hosting a free workshop with my 3-step blueprint for acquiring new clients fast and writing offers in 48 hours or less. You can grab your spot for that at onedealaweek.com, onedealaweek.com. If you have any problems registering for that, just let me know. For whatever reason, sometimes the redirect link doesn't work. It's a Zoom webinar. It'll send you to that. And notice we're calling it a free workshop, not a free webinar, because the words that you choose and use matter. They make a big difference. Thanks for spending some time on a Monday morning. I hope you will take and apply some of what I shared here. If you would like the resources, specifically the Google Drive folder with those additional Google Docs, just drop a comment below or DM me. You can text me also. I always do it the wrong way. Boop, right there. You can text me or email me. I'm not that hard to find if you Google me. Thanks so much. I hope to see you all back tomorrow morning, and I would love to have you on the free workshop as well, onedealaweek.com. Take care and talk soon.